And we are live. Welcome to the TuracoCreativeCast, where you can't spell Turaco without A-R-T. And we have a special guest, but before we get into that, I am Frank Salazar, aka Captain Goggles. You can find me on Salazar Art Nation when I'm not on the Turaco Creative Cast. And we do. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but we do have something new. We have an animated trailer for this channel. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And Anna did 2 voice roles in there, so you'll guess. You have to guess which the other one is.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all I have that I've been working on today. Actually, I didn't really do that much today, just a little bit sketching. Yeah, Anna, let us know a little bit about yourself. And let me get the banners ready this time.
Ooh, banners. Hi, I'm Anna Raub, in case if you didn't know, aka Mask Woman, because that kind of became the name thing on this show. And I like to wear this on my head. So you can find me on the internet on that Linktree thing. There's Anna Raub on YouTube, Anna Raub Arts on Instagram. I'm sure Captain Goggles over here has some kind of links or something. But today, we have a special guest, Ginge Gingerton, if I said that right.
You did. Oh. You got it.
Woohoo!
Here.
All right.
Guys. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
All right. And tonight we're going to talk about mini comics and also a little bit of crowdfunders. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to get right into it. Ginge, before we get into everything else, I'm just going to ask you right off, because I know not everyone will know this, and there's a different answer for each one. But what is a mini comic?
Yeah, that is a good question. For me, I think it kind of depends. Just the more I've learned about what, mini comics, getting other people's mini comics. For me, it's a comic. It doesn't necessarily refer to the size or the shape per se. It's more the story content, just in terms of like page count. So it's typically a one shot, essentially. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of what we're doing over there with my book at Patchwork Comics, is with the fun shots, which I'm sure we'll get into. But yeah, that's it for me. Is just a one shot story.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because for anyone who watches our show, they know that I make mini comics. And when you said, "Oh, you do mini comics too," like, hey, that's great. We got something in common. These are usually the type that I do. And it's the one page.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And mainly I do 8 pages, but I'm trying to expand and doing a little bit more. And from there on, just do a bigger shot once I get more pages done. But just in case anyone wasn't sure, like they come in all sizes. Like Ginger was saying, mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily have to be like something tiny, but.
Show off my buddy Rex Doom's mini comics here. This is my buddy Rex Doom. He does mini comics.
Check it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So it's maybe not too different from what you do, Frank.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is, again, when I got this, I'm not sure I was really expecting it to be much bigger, because he had sent me some pictures of it, but just the idea of it itself as a mini comic. And then there's a buddy of mine, David, who does them. I haven't got his in the mail yet either, but I'm excited to see. I think it's like we talked a little bit behind the scenes, but yeah, what is a mini comic? I think that's a great question.
Yeah. And just for anyone wanting to get started, either if you want to make your own minis or if you want to make your own comic, you don't know how. And I mean, it's pretty simple. You can look it up on Google, on YouTube, but there are some good books that I recommend that I've been getting because I just want to learn more about it in the history behind zines and mini comics. So I recommend Stolen Sharpie Revolution, and it's about the size, almost the size of it. So this will be almost like a mini comic size also in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So is that a
And,
traditional zine size book, that Sharpie Revolution book, or is it just what they printed?
I think that's the way they print it, but I think it varies. Like it's pretty much mini comics that come in different sizes. So
Interesting.
but yeah, they have their little thing on the back: copy and destroy. So I guess you just make copies and you can destroy them if you want. I guess. So, I don't
Sure.
know. What's a zine? So
Cool.
both of these have like different formats, like how to make them, and like the traditional, like, oh yeah, long arm stapler, which I have one. So it's interesting stuff, even if you already know how to make these. Just looking at the history behind them, I like this one, Make a Zine, because it's told in the perspective of different creators and how they did theirs and stuff they gone through and stuff they learned. So it's a pretty interesting read, and it talks about self-publishing and things like that. So that's
I think
maybe something anyone wants to check out. You can get them on Amazon.
I think many comics are an interesting thing, aside from like what they might look like or are shaped or designed. It's also a good spot, I think, for people if they want to start to learn how to do comics in general. Like getting into comic books. I've been writing for almost a year. It'll be a year in October. I started with a couple YouTube channels, and really, like, the first thing that they say that I think pretty much most people ignore, which including me, was don't start out with like a big story, which I tried to do at first. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make like a 30-page story at first, and that thing, like, it just kept going and going. I was like, okay, this is good, but this is also bad because I'm getting way too this is just way too deep for my first comic. So
yeah.
Many comics are great for that reason, that you the other half of like the advice everybody gives when they say don't do a big comic, the other half's do a little one, because if you can do a little one, then you can do a medium one, then you can do a larger one, all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how I started also. And you've been doing this for about a year?
Yeah.
I think
roughly.
That's around time I started also. And I also, same thing, like I went like, oh, I want to tell a story, but what story and how big, and I heard about mini comics, and I got some advice from Corey Kerr, who's been on the show, and I watched a few other videos, Marshall Lee, and Corey just said, just start it, jump in, and keep doing it. And Marshall had his videos. He's actually known. I think it's one of his popular ones, how to make mini comics and a 1 hour mini comic challenge. So, okay, cool. I'm gonna try that. So I came up with this one. I didn't do it in an hour. It took me a lot longer than that. But so this was my first one completed and everything.
Nice.
So oh, cool. So from then on, I just kept making them. But I still keep them at this size. But now I'm gonna start. Okay, you know what? I think it's time I start to move up page count and move up just a little bit larger of a format. Man, yeah, I love mini comics and comics in general. And we got here, Ictus. Come on, somebody. My favorite guest in the show, Florida man in the Rise. I thought it was his house. And
it's either on the Rise or in the house. Either one of those will work. So.
And
what is up, Total Excellence?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for his.
It's right there.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was ignoring something. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to ignore. But yeah. So another question I always I try to ask is, are you subscribed to Anna Raub?
That's Anna Raub. No, I don't think I am. I'm sorry. I know I'm subscribed to the Creative Podcast, y'all's YouTube, your collective YouTube channel. Frank, I think I might be subscribed to yours. Anna, I've been caught red-handed here. I'm sorry. Can I flip the script?
Dude.
Are you subscribed to my
Dude,
YouTube
you
channel?
just
I am.
you just put him on the spot.
That's okay.
That's the kind of show
No,
it
I'm
is.
on this.
We'll start casual and then boom, the hot seat. There we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I did subscribe
I'll go subscribe
recently
right now.
recently to yours.
Thank you very much.
Which I
will
thought I
definitely
already
subscribe.
was. I tried to subscribe to people when I see them in the chats. YouTube did this weird thing where you can no longer click on them during live chats. So you have to go back or you have to like look them up, and sometimes that
Wait a
you get,
minute.
like, so close names that you get a whole bunch of results. So like,
I'm
you are
already subbed.
No, are you?
And I rung the bell.
Did you?
Check
Hooray.
that out.
wow,
Nice.
you did it before me.
I did it before I even thought about it.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now I've seen you in like not in person, but I've seen you like in the chats. So that's how like I knew your name and you what you've been
This
sorry,
digital sort of.
it just distracted me here.
I don't know what you
Ginger
call
It's a
trap.
trap. It's a trap.
Thank you, Ictus. It's my fellow
Yeah,
Florida
right.
man.
I've seen you on Nictus's streams in the chats, and I think a few other ones. I'm not sure. Have you been on Global Frequency in their chats?
I haven't been on their show, but I do go hang out at in the chats. Neff is actually my first backer. It was like Ictus hosted our launch party about a month ago,
Oh,
and
okay.
Neff was like, really great, like making a point to be my first backer. So shout out to Neff.
Awesome.
Yeah, really nice guy.
All right. All right. So you mentioned the it's in Indiegogo, right? It's on an
Yes.
Indiegogo.
Yep.
All right, let's talk a little bit about it. Well, the title it's mini fun shot. So what is a mini fun shot? Like, what's a fun shot mini?
So it's a fun shot. That's just my company, Patchwork Comics. We are doing a line of mini comics, right? They're called fun shots. Fun shot, that's, just a fun play on the word one shot, which sort of everybody kind of gets a one shot, but it's funny. It's a totally fair question. What is a fun shot? It's a one shot comic book. So, it's something meant to be read. It's not too expensive for anybody. It's a good story, and it's just a line of something I'm trying to do with Patchwork, starting with spells and superheroes here.
All right.
I like that play on words right there. One shot, fun shot.
Yeah, it is fun. That's kind of the key.
That is key.
Right.
Want to tell us like a little bit about what they're about, maybe?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. So this is the first one, Spells and Superheroes. It's a basically the pitch is a deranged dungeon master has captured 4 of Earth's mightiest heroes, and he wants to play a game. It's a twist on superheroes, D&D, and it's like sprinkled in with a little bit of Saw. Because the villain dungeon master, he's basically forcing them. If you, I don't know if y'all were planning on bringing up the campaign. I can share my screen if you'd like, but
Yeah, you
on
can
the
share screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're welcome to.
Alrighty,
That'd be
grab
cool.
that. Yep.
A thrilling mix.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be good. I can show my trailer too. Y'all know Pedro Ang?
And I don't reveal our secrets.
Hmm?
No, I'm just kidding.
Which ones?
All right. Let me see. Share audio.
Okay.
Can y'all see that?
All right, let me just add it. Okay. There we go.
Alrighty, cool. All right, yep. So I'll just start at the top here. I'd like to play my trailer if that's all right with y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. All right. Yeah, this was done by Pedro Ang. Really nice dude.
Nice.
I've been watching in the shadows, waiting, biding my time to make sure you were worthy. And now you
Okay.
begin. Fox. Zoo girl. Tricolors.
Huh.
Madam Magic. You fools think you can stop me? You never had a chance! Spells and superheroes.
Dun dun dun.
Right? Yep.
Nice.
Just
Cool.
got super lucky with that music. Thank you guys. Yeah. That was done by Pedro Ang. Super nice dude. He's out here. He's in the chats a lot. And if anybody ever needs any trailer work, he's all about the indie scene and is super affordable and reasonable. Yep.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah. So moving on from that, I'll go over a little bit of what we have here. Yeah. So this is the team. I'll go over the team. We got Zoo Girl, as we saw, Triclops, Foxman, Madam Magic. There's sort of a mixture of kind of my two favorite superhero groups. As I'm sure you can probably tell, it's a mixture of the X-Men and Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Zoo Girl's Beast Boy, obviously. The Game Master there, he's he's just your classic like cartoonish villain. Pretty inspired by the Monarch from Venture Bros.
Yeah.
Um,
Bruce.
Right. Also, Dr. Light, which is just some random super villain that I'm not too familiar with, but it was his suit and getup that I really liked a lot. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. This is a print, but this is a print that's included with the campaign. All physical backers are going to get this print.
Cool.
Yeah. Do y'all have any questions here? I don't want to co-op the show. Unless y'all
No,
don't-
just
I mean, it's-
just tell us about the campaign. Who did that print? The that one that you just showed right now.
That was done by this guy named Samrat Das. He's not the interior artist. We'll get into the interior artist below. And the cover is done by the interior guy, dude named Jacob Whittingham, Australian gentleman.
Okay.
But yeah, Samrat did this, and he did another print for us, which will be a little further down. But yeah, Sam, he's just, I think just because he lives on the other side of the earth and is like sometimes hard to get a hold of is really the only reason he's not like super well known, because his work is really great. Yep. But scrolling along here, here's our cover. Like I was saying, this was done by Jacob. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was Cringer at first when I first saw it. From
Cringer. Oh, the cat, right?
Battle Cat. Yeah.
Right. No, but we tried to decide like what animal to go with, and it just kind of felt right to do a tiger. It's probably cliche, but you can't go wrong with a tiger.
It's because they're cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, tigers are cool.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along here. This just sort of goes over what a fun shot is, but yeah, it's like I said, it's a mini comic. We're going to do different genres, so this one's sort of a an adventure fantasy kind of with some comedy horror elements. They're all mostly going to be family friendly, like there won't be any nudity or sort of anything like that. It's probably like all T-rated stuff, just to kind of keep it,
T for Titans.
There you go. Right. This is page 1, though. This is first page of the book. Let me drink a little bit of water here. I actually didn't even mention the team, which is probably like illegal in comic book law. But so the interior artist, he also did our cover, right? Jacob Whittingham. This is his second book. He's an Australian dude. I met him through the Alterna forum, which is a really great place to find any team. I also have another guy. I think y'all are fans of Frankie B. I know Frankie B.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know who Frankie B is. He does a lot of kaiju.
Right. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff, and thankfully I was able to get a hold of him, and we'll get to it. But yeah, we got Frankie B on here. Our colorist is Anthony Gambino. He's got a sketchbook out on Indiegogo right now. which is it might be closing here soon. I'm the writer, and then Keith Gleason. We don't have any letters yet. Anthony's still coloring the book. I'm going to send it all to Keith at once. But yeah, Keith, the guy that did the Mighty Mascots, he's going to be lettering the book. So that's the team.
Nice.
Yep.
There is a link in the description below to the Indiegogo, so if you guys want to check that out. And there's also a link to Gingy's YouTube channel. I might have added the website, patchwork.com.
Patchwork Comics.
So, Patchwork Comics. So that might be there. I know you told me you were going to update it, so but I haven't had a. I don't remember if I took it out or not, but it should be
I think
there.
it's there. Patchwork.
Okay.
Patchworkcomics.com.
It's okay. Whatever y'all do, that's fine with me. But I would like to sort of ask this question here, or answer this question, and also thank you, Judd. Judd says he.
Yeah, I was about to click on that. So Judd just backed.
Judd,
Woo!
thank you, sir.
And
God
it
bless you.
just had this, so I'm assuming that's the one you're going to
Right.
to answer.
Yep.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to take over the show.
Well, I was gonna read it out so people
Yeah.
actually. So, when you were developing the trailer for the campaign, was animation the first idea you came up, or were you brainstorming to finalize the decision? This question comes from Ictus, from Florida.
Right.
Go
So,
ahead.
Ictus from Florida. Great question. No, Ictus is I'd even say he's a friend of mine at this point. He launched our book. He's going to be coloring something we have coming up. We're going to be dropping here at the end of the month. He's seen the whole book literally from start to finish. We have a private Discord, and yeah, he's been there the whole time. So great guy. But to answer his question, so basically, I just gave Pedro. He just asked for like the reference sheets on the characters and sort of like the elevator pitch of the book. And he did like 99% of all of that. I didn't do anything. He just sent me the storyboards. Yeah, that's what animators call it. He sent me the storyboards. He's like, "Hey, what do you think?" And I had nothing to say. Yeah, I added like one line of dialogue. "You fools think you can stop me?" That's all I added. But the rest was Pedro.
Nice. Man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I mentioned it at the start. Like I did the animated trailer for the channel, and that took me a while. I didn't do storyboards. I just want this and I want this, and I just started drawing. So I know it takes a lot of work, and the animation, that trailer looked really, really cool. It flowed seamlessly. And
Yeah, I think
we have a
Pedro-
comment
very
here
nice.
from Judd. I love the description. As a game master, it speaks to me. So,
Hey, very cool.
and
I'm glad.
did you still want to show anything on the page, or can I take it off?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot it was up. I mean, well, I can. There's a few more things if y'all don't mind.
Okay, yeah. Well,
yeah.
This
Interesting.
is your show, Gingy. So go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. No, but Judd, I'm glad you mentioned that you were a game master, because we actually have included with the campaign. Everybody's going to get a this battle map here. It's
Really?
basically right. Yeah, this is the inside. It's 11 by 17. It's printed on a brochure, so it's an 11 by 17 brochure, but it unfolds, right? So the inside of the map is this right here. So you'll see, yeah. And I just designed this on a website called Incarnate.com. You have to pay like $5 a month to use the license for, well, I forget what the word is, to sell it, but yeah.
Oh,
in the back here,
I know what you're talking about. The rights to distribute and sell.
Yeah, that's something like that. Yeah, but
Cool.
yeah. So it was a fair trade, I think. But yeah, I'm getting that printed on a brochure, so it'll the back's sort of like an old dungeon map, kind of worn feel. Yeah. Scrolling down to the perks here, we have a 3-inch patchwork sticker. Here's our Frankie B patch he's doing, or it's already done. I just got to get them made, obviously. But yeah, 4x4. This is the Game Master. He's got his
Okay.
rule book up. You know,
Now,
sort of.
doesn't he look menacing?
Yeah, Frankie, he was great with this too. There's actually a video on his YouTube channel. He did like the whole process start to finish and then uploaded it.
Cool.
Yeah, I've seen Frankie's work. Like his style, his art. It's just too good.
Yeah,
And,
he's
oh.
super intricate with those lines, like in his like
Mm-hmm.
those sketch covers he does for people. Man,
Yeah.
stuff's incredible. Thank you, Ictus. God bless you.
Woo.
Mr. Ginge. Okay, but yeah, I'll show y'all one last thing on the campaign, and we'll you know, go right along with everything. But I wanted to show that other print. This is the other print done by Samrat Das. This is the same guy that did our first one up here. It's an homage to Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
Nice.
Cool.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I totally see it.
Yeah, this is probably one of my most favorite things on the whole campaign. I love this print. Yeah. Let's see.
Man, these are nice. I gotta back this. When's the
lot of
when does it end?
So we're still in the first month, and we've got
Tomorrow.
9 days left here. So I mean, you've definitely got time. You know, I'm probably not as pushy about, you know, like I try not to. I mean, I even feel bad about it. Like I just don't. I do most of my promoting like in shows, like in chats. I don't really push it as much as I should maybe, but you still got plenty of time to back it. I've got stuff coming up that I'm gonna drop for the backers. Just some stuff I've got kind of timed out. The perks, though, we can touch on that real quick. It always does this weird thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
Mhm.
perks. So here's the thing. It's a mini comic, and that's what I knew was going to be like a mini comic. It's something that's not really, before I put the book up, originally an anthology series. I've got other fun wrote now, you know, that were all together in one book, but, you know, to be used separately. That's
Mm-hmm.
the whole. So that sort of the only thing that makes, well, I won't say the only thing, but the biggest thing that makes my book different from other page count. So with that, with it being a smaller page count book, that kind of is either they either kind of are into it because they don't mind the book and everything that goes along with it in terms of like story, pitch, all that. Or the other question I've gotten is, well, are you going to do a longer version? Which, to answer that question, actually is yes, because Jacob and I we get that question a lot. Like, you know, just are y'all going to do a longer version? Originally, I didn't want to, and just sure. I mean, it's enough people have asked for it, and it's a fun story. And him and I, we've already it wasn't hard to, you know, sort of kick up, you know, a couple ideas, and, you know, so yeah. But we're going to do that probably a year from now or so. We're going to give it some time. We got another book we're going to work on, but yeah. I say all that to say, my book though, because it's shorter in page count, I felt like I had to adjust for that in the dollar amount. So with that, I kept the perks reflective of the page count. For $15, you get the whole campaign, which is the book, the 2 prints, the patch, the map, the sticker, also a magnet. We didn't really touch on the magnet, but yeah, it's a magnet. It'll be that rectangle magnet. It's the Spells and Spells logo. Yep, nice. You get all that for $15. We do have the digital version. I'm not sure internationally, just because it's kind of the word a lot of people use is nightmare. So for my first campaign, I was like, I'm just gonna focus on the U.S. and getting it, you know, just having a really solid campaign. And I'm hoping by maybe I want to do another one next year. So sometime next year, maybe the shipping stuff is kind of situated. But either way, the goal of the whole purpose is to get people to read the book. So if, you know, maybe people are a little dubious about the page count, we do have the dollar. So there's that. That's called the Medieval Deal. These are all, you know, fantasy themed, fun. Yeah. The adventures. Yeah, there's not too many more. I got some art tiers. That's a giant mustache. We'll touch on that. Hold on, I lost the purse. Here we go. Sorry. Okay. All right. So for $10, you get everything that I mentioned and just minus the patch. So if you want the Frankie B patch and everything else that goes along with it, the Don't Go Alone. The Don't Go Alone perk. That's for you. $15. It's $5 shipping to anywhere in the U.S. So to me, it was super important to keep this campaign as affordable as possible for everybody to have fun. I mean, it's really the dance between like 50% businessman, quote unquote, 50% comic book nerd. There you go. But yeah, lastly on these tiers, if I may, we have 2 art commission tiers. Anthony Gambino, he's our colorist. Anthony is also a what do they call it? A graphic designer at Marvel. So he does a lot of logos and stuff over there for them. Right. Like I said, he's also got a sketchbook out right now. It's on Indiegogo. It will probably be, I know he's actually already shipped the first wave, but I think it's still up. I don't know. I'm not sure if y'all know Lola. Lola Meets has a really great YouTube channel. Supports a lot of people. She picked up the $100 Gambino commission. And with both of these commissions, you get the campaign. So you'll get the $15 perk if you back either one of these. But just the catch with these, that's one thing that just kind of made sense, is to throw it in there. So we went ahead and did that. The only thing that's sort of a catch, the Jacob one, he lives in Australia. So the Anthony Gambino, it includes the physical page. So whatever commission that you back from him, he's going to mail you the actual piece. Jacob, since he lives in Australia, if you really want it, that'll be between you and him. But he said to sort of compensate for not getting the physical piece, he'll do the full thing, like top to bottom in color as well. Like he does, all these are his colors. So he's the full package, pencil, ink, digital. So for $100 with Jacob, digitally rendered piece and the campaign, and then with Anthony, you'll get the pencil and ink, page, whatever you like. But that's the campaign. Those are the perks. Yep.
Oh wow.
Just did a whole lot of talking.
Very cool.
Thank you guys.
Let me just remove.
Got a lot going on right there.
It's it's fun. I'll say that. I mean, I had a lot of time. It took like probably about 6 months, start to finish, from commissioning Jacob to getting the campaign launched. And throughout that time, I was working on it, pretty. I wouldn't say daily exactly, but like especially the last 2 months, it was daily. But I was pretty ready to go, I think, before launching the campaign, just because I had spare time while the artist was working on the book. So, yeah. And actually, the book's almost completely done. We're just waiting for Anthony to finish coloring it, and then I'll send it to Keith for the letters. So,
cool. And what is the page count on the book?
It's 11 story pages, and it'll be 16 in total with a couple extra sort of behind the scenes stuff. Jacob's character sheets. Critical Blast, RJ at Critical Blast gave me a really great idea. With that battle map, he suggested that I do like a story page, because that brochure battle map, while it won't be terribly huge, you could still lay it out, and the little squares will be, where you can put a miniature on there. So he recommended that I write a little story page for that scene. So that scene is representative of something in the book, but that actually works. RJ's idea works, and I needed an extra page, so that'll be in there. But it'll be 16 pages in total, but 11 in story.
So I can use my Mask Woman miniature on there.
Hey, all right, absolutely. Nice.
This was a Dollar Tree find. I just repainted it.
Wow. Right on.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Actually, I want to back it. I'm gonna back it. And I like that it's like just $15. Because I can do $15 for like all that. That's pretty cool. Since I'll see these bigger campaigns, and the digital is about $15. And I was like, the guys, that's a lot for digital. But yeah, I like that you have your digital for $1 and you have the campaign for 15 plus the extra tiers, and I think those were like really good tiers. Like you get a lot for a pretty decent amount, an affordable amount. And
That was definitely the goal for sure. That was sort of just trying to keep it in mind. I had to dial things back a lot to get it to where it's at now, just because you learn. And even as soon as I got the campaign out, I was like, oh, I could have done this differently and this differently. So
yeah,
you got to learn quick, but it's been fun. And yeah, really the hardest part is like just doing a bunch of shows. It really does make you tired. You don't think it makes you tired. You'll hear other creators be like, oh, these shows tire you out, and you're like, yeah, whatever. But it's like, yeah, it can be kind of tiring. That's
yeah,
been the hardest
because
part, really.
I'm assuming you're doing maybe like one a week or two, three a week or something. I know some do like two, three a day. So and even that when we live stream, sometimes we've done back to back live streams, and man, we're pretty tired after that. It's just like two or three shows, but it depending on how long they go on, like yeah, it can tire you out.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you gonna provide dice for the next campaign?
I really wanted to do some kind of side. We might do, you know, the extra perks, but yeah, maybe. I mean, dice would be pretty cool. Like I do love dice. I mean, they're just fun. Dice make you feel like you got.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That sounds really awesome. So what's the actual size of is it like a regular comic size or book size?
Yeah, it's a regular comic book size, standard print, standard paper. I would like to, if the campaign, since we got funded, I'll be able to keep it up. Actually, which reminds me, we didn't go over the mustache. Those were the stretch goals. Yeah, that's okay. But no, the stretch goals are trading cards. Anthony Gambino, he's going to do a set of trading cards where the first one starts at $750 and then it goes up at $250 intervals. It'll be a mural, I think it's called, where it's like one piece. It's like one large piece, but the three cards together, you can enjoy them separately, but all together it's going to form one image.
Ooh.
And then the mustache is, if we hit the mustache, I'll shave a 1-inch patch down the middle of my face and keep it for a week. I don't expect anybody to care about that, but it would just be funny, I guess. I don't know. It's there if you want it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why not?
Sure. Yep, that's the campaign, though.
Yeah,
cool.
That's pretty cool. And I like the mural cards. When Heroes Reborn came out, I think Marvel did their whole event. They had free cards, and I didn't notice that at first, but when I put them together, they created a big image. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I tried to do something because I'll do sketch cards, and then I'll print them out and color them digitally. So I tried to do some MASKUP and Captain Goggles cards with some of the characters, and I tried to do a little mural in the back. But I only did that for like I think 2 cards. So you put them together, and then you have a little background there.
Sweet.
Eventually, I'll have to have those made into actual cards to get to people. Right now, I just print them at home.
You just use a standard printer? You got like one of them Epsilon printers, I think it's called.
Yeah, I have a Canon Pixma printer. It's a scanner printer combo, and so I'll just scan it on there and it'll print it out. It's like a copy machine. Or I'll do the work on the computer and then I'll just like print it out from there. But yeah, and so I've just been trying to use that and do like more stuff. Here I have some cards. So I did these. It's just standard cardstock, and I got to replace ink all the time. So I'm having trouble with lining them up correctly. So sometimes they'll be like that. So I
Is
got a
that the
Mask Woman
print
card.
or the cut? Do you cut them or do they print out like that? You probably cut them.
I
I
cut them.
think you cut some. Yeah.
Yeah, I cut them. I'm just not good at lining them up. I think I might have to like flip the back or something. But usually sometimes they get cut off here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
The artwork's good though.
That-
Did you did that logo?
Yeah, actually the logo Anna did the logo for the TuracoCreativeCast. I mean I just whited it out, but that's Anna's work.
Yep.
And so the Captain Goggles and Mask Woman comics that we're working on, since it came from this show, we just call it Turaco Comics. So that's the little comics logo here on top.
Let's see. We've got Shredder, female Shredder type over here with that artwork.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah. Check out. You should if you haven't seen it, check out the animation because you'll see her use her arm.
It's a day job thing.
I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer.
It's 38 seconds. It's not. I just uploaded. I think last week. It took me maybe a couple of months, and that's like a big gaps in between. Yeah, because there's stuff going on. But
how long have you been animating?
Just that day.
Just that day.
I mean, that was like my first one that long. Like I'll do like little tiny ones, like 5 seconds, where I'll just make a mouth move, or I'll just make something just kind of move a little bit.
Right.
That one was one where I was like, okay, I want to do a bigger animation. And I thought, oh man, it's gonna be maybe a minute, 2 minutes. So like once it was all done, like, oh, it's only 38 seconds.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So like, all right, cool. Not bad for my first try. I think definitely. Yeah. Now, like I can see, okay, I could do this better. I could have done it this way. I didn't have to do it the way I did it, but I can. So. I do want to make another one, just for fun, just a little bit bigger one. And just play around with it.
Right on.
We might have a Captain Goggles and Mask Woman animated show.
I think somebody will do that at some point in our like CG. I don't know if whatever CG or not, but I'm somebody. There's lots of little animators popping up. There's Chaos, that dude. He's a really great animator. Pedro, obviously. My buddy Rip the Falcon. He's a comic creator that also turned his book into it's like a 3-minute episode.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, at some point somebody's gonna do something really awesome around here, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I've got to say,
yeah. Go ahead.
Questions. Dun dun dun.
Oh boy.
It's wonderful to hear that you're enjoying working on the fun shots. And so I've got to ask, in my head, this question popped up. What part of the process have you enjoyed the most? And then what part of the process has been the biggest challenge?
Okay. Honestly, seeing some of the panels come back that I enjoyed the most writing, like even actually... Just really, I think my favorite part is just seeing the artwork come back in general. Like Foxman, when I originally wrote him, was more a Batman type. And I guess I didn't specify that or not, but when Jacob gave me it back, he was Wolverine. And I was like, oh, yeah, Foxman, Wolverine, duh. So that made sense. Yeah. I'd say the most challenging part, I don't know necessarily. I feel like maybe that's going to be coming up when it comes time to like get the print files in order and things. I don't think I've really hit the hard part. I keep hearing the phrase "comics will break your heart, kid." It hasn't happened
I've
to
heard
me
that.
just yet. I feel like I'm waiting for my turn, but kind of knowing that's going to happen one day. It's all good. It's just part of the you dust yourself back off. Quitting is my favorite. Very good. Yeah.
Maybe when you finish it and you're like, This is it. I did it.
Right. It's like, all right, I can go home now. No.
That's Gribben Renger. I don't know if you've seen him or heard of him, but he does his comic. He just finished his comic, and so well, I know what he's talking about. Doom Barbarian, available on his store Envy, magazine
Woo.
size, and
Doom
that
Barbarian.
it's a little. I gotta make sure I can it's safe to show. Black and white. Come on, somebody.
Ooh, I love black and white.
Yeah. So it's funny like you some of the stuff that you've been mentioning, like you mentioned a little homage to X-Men, and I saw that like with Foxman. But when you showed that first print, I thought like, oh, that's a prestige of Batman, and then when you showed the trailer, like, oh, it's Wolverine,
Right.
and Beast Boy right off. This is not something I read, but I got from Free Comic Book Day, so it was a Beast Boy and Raven. But I did a little remark here on the bottom of how he looks more or less how he looks animated, or
How he should look.
How he should look.
We're all used to seeing him.
Because I'm like, that's not Beast Boy.
Yeah, I don't know,
so,
man.
Show that. But you were talking about the Turtles, a little homage to the Turtles, and I've been I love the Turtles, and I've been getting more into it and wanting to know more about the original comic. Because I didn't first read it as a comic. I just watched the show. Mm-hmm. So I picked up. I'll show this one first. The Ultimate Collections Volume 1, and it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 8, but they have all the volumes, so you can get these. I think they have volume 1 through 5. I have this one and the second one. But it has, this is what I wanted the first story, and I got it. That's pretty.
Man. Right on.
Very cool.
Just looking at the panels and the way they did their composition is like really inspiring. And I bought another Turtles book that has just this visual history. In the back, it came with a little reprint of the first one. So like, so now I have my own copy of the first issue. So it's pretty cool stuff. So it's cool when you're showing the homages, the Ninja Turtle ooze. They're like, oh, that's cool. Like, man, I've been watching a lot of Turtles lately just because I've been going back and rewatching stuff. So like,
those original books weren't they like almost printed in a zine type fashion in a way, almost kind of like different. It was a traditional comic shape or something.
Yeah, it wasn't traditional. It was actually I'm not sure about the second and from then on, but the first one was magazine size. So the first one was about something like this, something like Gibbs, and so the volumes is almost pretty accurate to that size. It's just a little bit.
Break somebody's neck with that.
Oh yeah, it's heavy. I can do my exercises.
There you go.
Yeah. And they're also indie. That's the breakout story that everyone hears. Like, oh, overnight sensation or something. I know it didn't take overnight. It was a lot of hard work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, basically it's like this.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't read any of the original Ninja Turtles. I haven't read any of
dark.
I've read the first 2 issues of Last Ronin, and that totally blew my mind. That was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Have y'all read it? Have y'all read Last Ronin?
I haven't read. I haven't read it, but I've been watching what's his name, Comic Storian, and they did I guess like a motion comic type of thing. And so I seen like reviews and videos on it, so I know what it's about. It's like I want to get it, but like every time I go to the comic book store, it's
Mm.
oh, we just sold out, or now, oh, now it's like this much, and now okay, I'm just gonna wait
Yeah.
for the print. I'm wait for the graphic novel.
Yeah, it's a pretty. The first two issues that I've read were just. I don't know if the original book was as violent or not, but it's. And I don't have a problem with violence, so I mean, it's cool. But yeah, they really
Yeah,
don't hold
it's
any
pretty-
punches back in terms of like. It's really like about the death of these characters. You're like, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dark and violent.
I'd also like to get into the Transformer comics. Those original, like the IDW collection. I've heard those are really good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't gone into those. I've heard of those. And I know the IW Turtles they change a little bit around, but yeah, I those are some good. They seem good. Like so I want to check those out eventually. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so what's it's pretty cool because it is like I said, like the first one's pretty violent. Splinter's reason for training the turtles was so he could get train them up and get revenge because Orokusaki killed his master. So
Spoilers.
He trained. Oh,
You ruined the whole
if-
thing, Anna.
so I thought it was funny. Is like I'm gonna raise these mutant turtles to kill someone for me because they killed my
Yep.
my
You
owner.
make a good point there. Never really considered the logic. Yeah, it's like, what turtles? Hold on, wait a minute.
I was
Yeah,
kind of
well,
really
in the
into it as a little
in
kid.
the cartoons and in the newer books, that's not. They changed that, so it's not like a, a petty revenge plot. But in the comic, in the first one, that's what it was. So like, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty dark.
Interesting. Yeah, I've heard the Transformers series is like they try to make them like way more human, which is, I guess, an interesting way to do it. Like I said, I haven't read it, but I did catch. So I tried some of Kevin Smith's He-Man. I got into like 3 episodes of that, turned it off, and then tried Transformers. Netflix has this Transformers show. Right. I'd heard actually good things about it, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll try it. It's like a series of like 3 different series they have. Each one has a different name, but it's like Transformers. I think the first one's War for Cybertron. It's kind of violent and almost. I mean, there's no blood because it's robots, but there's in the
Oil
first
everywhere.
episode. I mean, you almost really. There's an electrocution. Like they got this robot strung up like Jesus Christ, and they're electrocuting him. And you see his like armor plates are flying off. I'm like, this is supposed to be for kids, but this was awesome. I mean, he wasn't like hanging like Jesus, but I mean, yeah, he was strung up, and they were electrocuting him, trying to get like, where are the Autobots? That type of thing.
Dun dun
Wow.
dun.
And Gibbs says, check out Turtles in Time, illustrated by Richard Corbin, or Body Count, which drawn by Bisley.
Right on. Body Count sounds good. I think that's Ice-T's band. I don't know Ice-T. He was a rapper.
The rapper.
Yeah, he's got a metal band. They do like Slayer
know
covers of Raining Blood. Yeah, it's called Body Count.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's. I didn't know he was doing metal.
It's all
I know
right.
he's a rapper.
Right. He's also the actor. He's always playing in like Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, yeah, and I know he is, and he's doing some commercials. I want to say what he was doing an iced tea commercial, but I think he was drinking iced tea, and then but it's about something else entirely.
Yo, it's me, Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Yeah, he's like iced tea. I know Snoop Dogg's been doing some commercials also.
Snoop Dogg. That's so I sort of accidentally grew up on like a mixture of Metallica and random '90s hip hop, and that's just mostly because my dad, like, every now and then you'd sneak into his CDs and just come across whatever. Snoop Dogg's first CD, Doggy Style, that was one I got a hold of at like I don't know, maybe 10 or something, and it just cracked me up. There's like lots of little skits, and it's just a bunch of dirty words that at 10 years old that tickled me. But now I'm a huge hip hop fan. I mean, or at least old school '90s, like the classic G-funk era, if you will. It's funk with a gangster twist.
So, do you know Houdini?
No, I don't know Houdini.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
They're old style rappers.
No,
around that
more
era.
Okay. I'm like the, I should specify, like gangster rap, Warren G, the Regulators
Okay.
type stuff. Any given Sunday, any old Sunday. Anyways.
That's pretty cool. There's another question I've been asking, and I was thinking about retiring it, but I'll ask you to get your perspective from it. What makes you, or someone in general, but a professional? So, like, what do you think a professional is or should be?
Yeah, that's a great question. A professional, for me, what I think a professional should be, I think a lot of it has to do with treating your customers with the way you want to be treated, for starters. I mean, every business sort of has its own way to be professional. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're working in a customer service job, then you should be, you know, a customer service professional. Personally, you know, I had the sort of the debate of whether or not comics are a customer service job or not. I think it's 50-50, especially at least in our shoes, for sure. You know, you're selling directly to people, you know, you're talking to people. So yeah, you gotta be a customer service professional. Also, because of that, you know, everything that you make, you know, all these promises and stuff that you say, you have to deliver on. So that would be part of it. Yeah, just you know, keeping your word, really. That's probably the biggest thing I'd say.
Absolutely. That's
And-
honestly applicable in so many fields.
Yeah.
Right.
And also not calling out your audience and calling them nerds like Neff just did.
Oh, what's up,
Just
bro?
kidding, Neff. Neff is in the house.
I'm a proud nerd.
Yes. I embrace it.
I love the goggles.
Yeah,
They are-
when I saw your Triclops character, like, do I need to call my lawyer?
Oh, no.
Nah.
We'll get you a third goggle on there.
Yeah, get a third one here.
Do some mad science.
Yeah. Yes, we usually go about an hour. It's 57 minutes. There's anything you want to go over, want to cover? Any
Sure.
questions anyone has in the audience? Now's your
Well-
chance.
If we have any questions, in the meantime, real quick, I'll pitch my YouTube channel.
That's right.
I have a Sunday morning show. It's 10 a.m. with my buddy Pedro, the dude that did my animation.
Okay.
It's we have an interview show, not unlike this. It's you know, it's basically just like this, laid back, chill, and hang out. So we do that 10 a.m.s. That's every Sunday. I do draw streams randomly, but I'm trying to do them a little more consistently. But yeah, I kind of like the fun of just popping in and almost not even telling anybody that I'm drawing, just having it. And if you want to come by, if you find me, you find me. If not, that's okay. But I don't know. It's just I'm having fun with streaming and doing. So yeah, that's what I got on Sundays.
Cool.
And let's see. Neff is asking Gib, bro, haven't seen you in a while. I got your album, solid work. Oh, so I don't know if you've checked out Gib's YouTube channel, Gib Redinger. He puts out covers and also songs that he's made and composed, and some animations too. And he
Sweet.
sells an album on Store Envy, so you can check that out. You can put out good work for fans while compromising your art. I mean, Marvel and DC can't, but other people can. Yes, I have to agree with you. And says, what happened to Anna? Now Masked Woman He's in the stream. Oh, I wish he's right there.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
I wish I had something. I don't have a. I have nothing around me that I can do. Oh, actually,
Where's Frank?
He disappeared.
I have a keyblade. I have a
Whoa,
keyblade.
check that out.
Ooh.
Here we go. All right.
Okay, well, then
Kind
you
of like a
have
battle axe.
Then
Take
you.
it. My neighbor has the battle axe. Seriously.
I got this plastic sword.
Stinger. Looks like the was it Frodo's sword? Lord of the
It looks
Rings?
like it. I think it's like a Dollar Tree type of Halloween sword. I found it outside. Someone threw it away. It's like, I'm taking this home.
I love that.
Okay. This is my Frank's gone. Oh.
He's rocking
Gladius.
a Gladius.
Yeah, just turn
Gladiator Frank steps into the arena. Like Captain Goggle steps into the arena.
All right, so that's I don't know if anyone has any questions, but Anna, do you have anything you want to add? Sorry, Masked Woman.
Yeah, where did Anna go? I kind of answered the questions that I had in my head. Like, the last one that I didn't get around to asking was essentially what influenced you to get into making comics. And then you were talking about all of these comics that you liked in the past, and then you started talking about music. Yeah. So, unless there's anything you want to add to that.
Oh, no. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, to answer the question, I've always wanted to write comics. I've always wanted to be a writer, just even before I knew really what it was. I just remember coming up with stories with my cousin, like, 8 years old. He was the artist and I was the writer. I was like, I'll come up with the stories, you come up. I just remember us coming up with like something about a lizard man. He drew a lizard man in the sand. We were just like playing around outside. So that was like 8 or 9 years old. So I've always wanted to do something like this. And I love comics,
cool.
So it works.
Yeah, I think that's like pretty much almost the same for anyone into comics or wanting to make comics. It's something from being a kid that just sticks with you. And Judd asks, what's the next fun shot?
That's a great question. I have other fun shots that are wrote right now that are they're sort of D&D theme-ish. Our first anthology we were going to do was called Game Night, which was going to have D&D themed stuff. They're all twists. All of the stories that I want to put out as a fun shot, I feel like they need to have a twist. Not that I'm trying to be the M. Night Shyamalan of mini comics or anything, but which maybe, I don't know if that's the end of the world. It just depends on how you like that guy or not. I like Signs. That's a good movie. But no, the next
I like some.
I don't have a specific one other than the other D&D ones that I have wrote already. I don't want to do a D&D one next just because I don't want people to confuse it with being a D&D line, let's say. Oh, my word.
Welcome.
Whittingham.
Hey.
Oh, there he is. That's my interior artist. Hey, buddy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Enjoy your lunch, friend. Thanks for coming by.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. I get that, like not wanting to just do like just being known for that's the D&D guy. So
I mean, I want to do some longer fantasy type stories, but I just don't want to confuse the fun shot quote unquotes with it just being like D&D themed comics. So I'll have to cook up something next. I don't have this right off the top, but yeah, there you go.
Oh, and Judd just got some good questions now. Will you include stat blocks in them?
That's a possibility. We were thinking about that on the trading cards, on the back of them, trying to do like, little stat blocks basically for the different characters. We'll see going forward. It depends. We got to get the trading cards unlocked and, how the space would work on the back. But right now they're just, an art
What's the
piece,
tier?
really.
What's the goal to unlock that trading card?
The first one's 750, so I think we actually just hit $600 like today. We picked up 2 backers today, so that's great. Actually, maybe even more than that now. I think Judd might be our third. Thank you again, Judd. So yeah,
Awesome.
thanks everybody. Thank you guys for having me on. Anna,
Thank
Frank,
you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Mask
everybody in
Woman.
the chats, and thank you, Ginge Gingerton. I keep saying your last,
that's
last
all right.
part, Ginge Gingerton.
That's fine. You can find Ginge Gingerton on YouTube. There is a link in the description below, and check out his his crowdfunder, spells and superheroes, and there's a link to that. So go back that. Maybe we can unlock the cards, and I'm gonna back that. So I'm gonna say this now. I am gonna back it. So anyone keep me
Thank you, Frank.
accountable.
Check
And
it out.
you can find my stuff on. You can just go to my link tree. I got Salazar Art Nation on YouTube and on Instagram. On Twitter, I'm Nation Salazar. I also have my coffee account. If you just want to support what I do and just want to throw a few bucks to me, that is A-OK. I usually send out some digital comics with that, just what I already have there. But I think almost everyone here already has those, so I need to make some new ones for that. And you can go to my Gumroad. It's also in the link tree. And I do have some Captain Galgo's Masculine mini comics up there, a little digital bundle. You can print out what do I have? Oh yeah, coloring pages and also the paper crafts for Captain Goggles and Masked Woman. And maybe if we do a campaign, that might be something physical I can send out to people. But we got a pretty good crowd. Good guests.
Woohoo!
A good guest tonight. So thanks, Ginge, for coming out. Anna, where can we find your stuff before we
On
head
the
out?
internet.
Yay!
Anna Raub Arts on Instagram and Anna Raub on YouTube, and actually a lot pretty much here.
Yeah, I do want to give to show this. This is Anna's YouTube URL, her custom URL, and that is something that took us about a year so she can get the enough subs to get that URL. So this is a trophy I like to show off.
Woohoo!
I'm
I think
Sub,
it says
Dan.
Anna Raub. Woo! Thank
It
you.
should be
right.
sub.
So sub to Anna Raub, and I think that's pretty much it. So thanks again, everyone, for checking this out. Leave a like, leave a comment when this video goes on the replay, and check out the trailer, the TuracoCreativeCast trailer, and let us know what you think. And let me say, we got Amos here saying hi, so bye. Oh, that's a cool helmet. And that is all. We'll see you next Turaco time, next same Turaco channel, or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.